All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Space Brothers, episode 45. Everybody's okay.
Everybody's fine.
Maybe a little worse for wear, but alive and recoverable and recovering. Fantastic.
Yep. Our astronauts are doing fine, and our 3 astronauts deserve all the praise and accolades here. And
Yeah.
you too, Hibito. You too as well.
Yes, you did good.
You did real good.
But also, we're going to look at this mission maybe when you get back and be like, okay, so what went wrong here? Why?
It's some people with a notepad.
Exactly.
But the mission continues. You still have work to do on the moon.
Yep.
I'm excited to see if they shift perspective back to Earth to talk about more training-related stuff with Muta and things like that. Or if this is going to be more of an opportunity for like a press conference thing with regards to, centering around the narrative of brothers helping, basically make just the space program just better in general.
Narrowly avoiding disaster.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't want to frame it that way, specifically, but maybe talking about the efforts and heroics of these brothers could be interesting. Sure. Or, hey, we could just get some more quiet, contemplative episodes on the moon with Hibito and the other astronauts.
We absolutely could.
So, yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
そして今日、私はある人に呼ばれ、
Sharon! Yeah, I had a feeling once we were headed up a hill. I'm like, is it that hill?
All right.
Yeah! All right!
僕が新しい星を見つけた時はまずその星に君の名前をつけることを約束しよう。
本当に?
Aw, Sharon backstory?
これはつまり僕と結婚してくれないかということになるんだけども、どうだろうね。僕は精一杯で
Wishing upon a star.
そうね。気に入ったわ。新一さんらしくて。その遠回しな言い方。
Yep.
最高ね。
Received a medal.
Yeah.
ムッタさんには見せづらいような。
そう？
だって大きさが。
Oh,
Nah, he would let it bother him, but it's not a big deal.
どうだろう。
Yeah.
おばちゃん来たよ。こんにちは。
oh, it's like another form of coming home. What?
本当に?
Oh, about what happened. Right. Yeah.
そんな大変なことに
Yeah, it was that bad.
暗素が漏れたなんて。記事にはそのことを。
Yeah, they kept that a bit.
酸素切れの話は日々たちが地球に帰るまでは公表しないだろう。
And they might never about certain things, too.
誰にも言いません。
でもとにかく助かって。
Oh, yeah.
母さんたちも心配してたでしょう。
Oh,
お母ちゃん、
I haven't told them yet.
Oh my god.
まあ。
Oh my god.
ただいま。
I cannot.
Wait, how did it go?
He didn't tell them a damn thing.
日々が大変だったんだぞ。JAXAから連絡来てねえの。
来たわよ。なんか何を。
Hey, he fell in a hole. That's hilarious.
Oh my god.
たくよく落ちるやつだ。
Christ.
から足元を見るということを知らない。
Make a joke about it, Dad. Come on.
ほらばっか見てるもんね、あの子。
ムッタ、お前も。
別にいいや、これで。
にゃんぼ。
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
JAXAでの仕事はどう？
ああ、今まだ仕事にはなっ。
Yeah, you're probably just getting downloaded into right now.
これは？
そうそう。それをムッタに見てもらおうと思って今日呼んだのよ。
Alright, how long till he grimaces?
こっちにも回ってきてね。
Oh,
う
wait.
ちの天文チームが
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
望遠鏡。
Gosh. That's so cool.
That's badass.
地球よりはるかに壮大な宇宙が見えるっておばちゃん言ってたよね。
言ったね。
It'd be interesting to hear about the math behind it, you know?
Sure.
Because of the multiplicative properties of the telescope, you know?
約束はちゃんと覚えてるよ。
Wow.
We victory lapping at this point.
Yep.
シャロン、やったよシャロン。君と結婚して2年、ようやく新しい小惑星を見つけたぞ。
Oh.
So I get to name it.
シャロンの旦那さん、金子真一博士は病気で亡くなった。
Okay.
二人の夫婦生活は
Oh!
That's not a long time.
世界の天文学は大きく飛躍し、新たな発見が相次ぐはずだ。
Wow.
だけどシャロンにはきっともっとささやかな願いが。
So she can find something to name after her husband?
これがうちの博士が発見した小惑星よ。その名もシャロン。
Yeah. Just gonna name the telescope after him, you know?
ちっちゃちっちゃ
He said it out loud.
小さくて全然見えないでしょ。
That's why it took so long time to be discovered, yeah.
Yep.
星の姿が大きく見えるように月面に望遠鏡を作りたいのよね。
Oh.
Nice.
こんな星かな。
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
決まってる。
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
All right.
Okay.
Fun episode.
Yeah. That was sweet.
Oh.
Oh, we got
Oh.
more. Running with Apple.
Yeah, I guess so.
嬉しいわ。
We got a good amount of time still in the episode.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
ついこの間までは忘れててほしいなと思ってたんだけどね。
Yeah, about your whole dream in general.
ムッタが宇宙へ旅立つ時期が。
Whoa.
Okay. It's a good timeline.
Yeah, we're still operating in years, though.
Right.
日々との約束、
Yeah, Hibito was an astronaut for a long time before he went to the moon.
やるべきことがちゃんとあるな。
Yeah, quite a few.
I just knew we were gonna go back to this guy.
いや
君たち5人を見てるとね、私
Our Blue Rangers.
Oh, sure.
ほらあれよ、ほら
That kids show.
Yeah.
The Power
戦
Rangers.
隊ヒ
Yeah,
ーロー
yeah.
5人組をさ、ね
Oh my gosh.
I kind of see it though.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
でも言う
Oh
They
my
do!
god.
真壁君はね、
yeah. Totally is a Red Ranger. Yeah.
真ん中にいるもんね。でも北村さんはほら、
Ooh, sure,
Okay.
sure. Definitely Yellow Ranger. Yeah.
新田君はクールだからね、もうク
Alright.
ールに決定。伊藤さんはもう
So Muta's black?
やった
She's so excited.
Or would he be green then?
Midori.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're green.
緑緑か。
It's just because that was the last one left. And you were wearing a green tie.
これは何色っすかね、理事長。
分かってるよ、分かってるよ。もうパープルは君のもんだよ。
Yeah, he definitely gives
Okay.
purple energy. Yeah.
Sure.
イメージカラーが決まったところでね、残念なお知らせです。
Alright.
まあこれからね、
Wait, bad news than a present?
残念ながら色は
Yeah, yeah.
一
Their
色しかあり
uniforms
ま
only
せ
come
ん
in
の。
blue, you know.
Ah.
本当はね、戦隊風に5色にして。
He genuinely tried to get 5 different colors for the Power Rangers thing.
Wow.
That's so funny.
それでは皆さん、開けてみてちょうだいね。ノープン、ノープン、ノープン
This guy's so funny. He's such a goober.
本物だ。
Uh-huh.
すげえ、名前入ってる。
靴もあるよ
The way the little things just get to you.
Uh-huh.
Just, whoa, it has my name on it.
Let's
Fits
go.
into a team.
Let's go. Look at them. Yeah, Nita's actually probably going to look the coolest.
Oh, yeah.
Friggin' slicked back, like dark red, like kind of maroon hair with the contrast on that bright blue.
Nah, Muta definitely looks the coolest.
みんなよう似合ってるわ
Ah, look at their smiles.
Yeah.
ぽい。
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do look pretty awesome.
Uh-huh.
なんか
This is the best day of my life. Yep. Yeah, yeah.
There we go.
I really letting it just sink in. Also, the feeling that these are perfectly tailored for them. Mm-hmm. You put it on and it feels like it just fits.
なんか申し訳
Yeah, they could
I
have been
really
in their
wanted to get
individual
you your
colors,
different
but-
Power Ranger colors.
あ、そうだ、忘れてた。
Okay.
これからね、皆さんの身の回りの世話をしてくれるマネージャーを紹介します。
マネージャー
はい。
Is this our purple Power Ranger?
さんこと小町さんです。
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
よろしくや
小柄だけどね、たくましいよ、彼女は。
で毎朝青汁飲んでるからやね
This is our Obachan.
この意気込みのまま我々は明日の朝出発する分かってんね
To the US.
Okay.
ヒューストンでの
All
合同
right.
訓練が始
Let's
まるよ
go.
To Houston it is. We've made contact.
各国の新人宇宙飛行士が NASA に集まって
Oh, sure. You
Okay.
guys are the Japanese, like, new ones, but
のプランだがそこで出会う
Sure, okay.
各国の強
there's
者
going to be
どもは
people from all
君ら
over
と
the world.
全く
Yeah.
の
That makes a lot of sense, yeah. And that way it would also make it easy for astronauts to work together.
うち遊びに行くからねむっちゃん
アポに会い
To see Apo. I
Don't
love.
worry, we know.
I love their dad so much. He knows just the best way to like
To put that zinger in there.
that put that like lovely dad joke like right
like-
in the best spot.
Thanks, Dad. I can always count on you to take me down a peg, you know?
There's
Awesome.
something about getting the new duds
Yeah.
that were made specifically for you. It's like putting on a really nice suit, you know?
Well, yes.
No, but like
Yeah.
like a dress suit,
No,
you know,
right.
specifically. Like
Yeah.
you're going for a wedding or something, and it's just like, oh, I've been fitted.
Oh, wait. I look good. Yeah.
But instead, it's even better than that
Because it's the
this
outfit of their dreams.
This is the outfit of your dreams.
Maybe Sans spacesuit.
Right. That's
Yeah.
that's a good point.
But like,
yeah.
that was fantastic. I love that
This is the pre-space suit.
that son of a bitch, he tried to get them to have different colors to fit the Power Rangers. Can you imagine how
Much of like a laughing
goddamn
stock they would have been.
insufferable it would be? Oh, to say nothing of the laughing stock thing, but just insufferable it would be. You worked your entire goddamn life for this. You finally get here. You're like, oh my god, I'm gonna get to wear the outfit. You know,
Yeah.
I've talked to the astronauts and shook their hands, and they were wearing that blue uniform. This isn't the spacesuit, but it's that next best thing.
good stuff.
It's the first step. You know, and then you get it, and it's fucking pink or yellow. Like
The idea that it was also decided because some arbitrary
Yeah,
old guy,
not you,
who
like, you
watched
didn't
his
have a
Super
say in
Sentai
this.
shows and all that was just like,
This would be funny.
I think it would be really funny if, because just like I assume this is exactly how he would
And-
sound in English,
and
just
the-
like because like you have a little bit of a bit of a green energy about you, so you're not as cool as Nita. So I guess we'll yeah. We'll just
it'll
color
be
your
a
whole
green.
suit green. And people are like, no, the fuck, what?
Yeah.
Why would we do
And I
Are
love
you
that-
sure, please,
and I love that he brought it
I have
up.
a lot of pull
Yeah.
with the politicians, I can do No,
I'm
no.
pretty
It has
big
nothing to do with that. NASA is the ones
Yeah.
that want this kind of thing, so that's what we're gonna do.
And the fact that
Fine.
he introduced it as, but I have some bad news. The bad news being they didn't let him do it.
Such a
That-
goober. I love it.
That dude.
That dude.
There are more colorful words that I want to use, but that
What
dude.
is his name again? Nasida? Nasida, that's right.
Nasida,
Yeah. Nasida, yeah. Ridiculous. But, okay, they're going to Houston. They're going to get
Yep.
training. They're going to be there with not just people that are from the U.S.,
But from everywhere.
People from all over the world
That
who are
makes
then
so much
eventually going to
sense.
work with NASA.
Yeah, as far as like, hey, making it so
Totally.
that it's cheaper to train up astronauts. Yeah. America is like, hey, why don't we like outsource these facilities, and like rent them out to people? You can come here and train your astronauts.
No,
here.
it has nothing to do with that. It's the idea that they're all going to work with NASA. NASA is the space program for the Earth.
No, totally. But the whole idea of they mentioned of the it's also like the most cost effective way to do it, in addition to just being the best way to do it.
Well,
it's
yeah.
That makes total sense. Like, because if you think about the idea of like training like a group of like 5 or 10 people or something like that, and then it's like, all right, this is our effective space program. having a whole facility just for those 5 or 10 people, nah, you get everybody there if you've got that big facility. So
That's just huge. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
If you've seen it, like it's freaking enormous. It's
yep.
it's a small city. Like so then having all these people there that are all obviously also going to have to be multilingual in order to properly utilize all the things that are going to be written in English and stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the other thing. Like, part of it as well. I'm excited though that they brought up the fact that they're going to be your best friends, but also your rivals from the literal sense that we can only send so many people up into space at any given time. Like, eat your heart out, the Olympics. This is not some we're going to send, 500 athletes over the course of a 4-year period. Now, we're going to send like maybe 24 over a 4-year period into space,
Yep. Like
ridiculous.
That's
nothing.
That puts things in perspective. And it's also just a fun way to introduce the next stage of the story and the conflict.
Right.
Because, one of the things that we talked about at the outset of the whole Hibito scare is like, no, right, it makes sense. Muta just became an astronaut, so that stage of the conflict is done. And so, dangers of space. All right, cool. But then as far as for the, rest of the show, potentially, right? Yeah.
Or at least a large portion
Or
of
a
it.
large portion of it, at least, because it will take years to the point where Muta even has the opportunity to go to space.
Right.
Yes, that will involve training with a whole bunch of people. That's all kinds of new characters that we can get introduced to.
We'll meet our own equivalent Brian J, who will be the astronaut legend that will kind of bring maybe a whole bunch of the people together, because you won't just necessarily have characters like Azuma, who's like the most prolific Japanese astronaut, like other than Hibito currently. You could have people from other countries who then are also very charismatic, who also have lots of accolades, who then can be the kind of people like, hey, this is a good team right here, which means Muta, you could end up being in a team that has none of the 4 others that you worked with to get here. Because again, Hibito, first Japanese astronaut to go to space, they probably wanted to make sure that there was only one so we could draw attention specifically to Hibito as this singular individual.
Yeah.
But you notice that all the others there are from like other countries. They're not all from the US that are with him as well. So yeah, Muta, you could
It's
see
a competitive scene.
It's a competitive scene, so you could see a situation where Nita or Serika or any of the others, they go to space before you.
Yeah, and I like that that's something that's brought up because, yes, you're an astronaut. You will get the training to the point where you can go to space. But we're still going to have the people that are best suited for the job be the ones that are used.
And the best suited for like the team that goes on the job. Because you could have one person who's really only needed for that mission in terms of what's unique to that mission, but then you'd need somebody for the other things for the transit. Like that has nothing to do with maybe the objective being something that's very Serika focused. So it has to do with like testing specific medical things in space.
Right.
But, you don't need another person exactly like Serika then for that. You could have someone who's primarily there for a lot of the potential ways things could go wrong in a physical sense or something.
Right, kind of like how there was the one astronaut that's just Hibito's backup.
Yeah. Right.
And it's just like, yeah, no, I'm just here for in case something happens to Hibito, or whatever. I'm the guy who goes up next.
Right. It's kind of like a sports team setup here in that you
might not be a starting player.
Right, you could be a second, third, or fourth string person in the roster.
Yep.
Team setups in that regard, they're really deep. Like you see like or hear about a basketball or whatever team or something like that, and it's like, oh yeah, only 5 or so players out there at a time, but actually the roster's pretty massive. Yeah.
And for Team Humans going into, the big black, right? Like that's
they're the big void.
Yeah, the nothing, of cold and lack of air and all that stuff. You're gonna be competitive about who makes that starting lineup. So cool.
And
Let's see it.
You also might need to then play the social game again, Muta, of being not just one that's useful in like a closed environment where you kind of are forced to get together. That's easier. But a more open one where it's like people just might not gravitate towards you.
Right. Well, at the same time, maybe some of the tension is gone from like the testing and stuff because you're all astronauts. You don't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
You got the
It's
job
not
and
that
everything.
kind of testing anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's just okay. You're all now in the career basically.
Right. You're going to
Do your
work at
best.
JAXA no matter what happens at NASA. Like, that's probably going to be the case.
Sure.
Like, even if it's just as a JAXA backup astronaut or what have you, you're probably set for life, like, pretty much just from that.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about, actually. Just the idea of, like,
Sure.
I'd equate it to basically a much better form of Army Reserve, where it's like, you're kind of sitting there, you
Right.
have duties somewhere.
You've
that
gotten
you
to
go
the
and
point where
do.
you've proven that you have that very specific set of skills and everything,
Yep.
and that you're capable and all that stuff. And
And your probably main goal is just making sure that you're ready at a moment's notice, basically.
Sure.
Obviously not the same speed with an astronaut.
Right.
You'd probably have like, in 2 years we're going to space.
yeah, exactly. Get ready.
Yeah, the announcement comes now. It's going to take time to get there, you know?
Right. But
yeah,
awesome.
I'm excited to meet a whole ensemble, new cast of characters.
Yes.
I'm also really excited for the multicultural, multinational aspect of that as well. The show's done a really cool job of handling like the differences between people from the U.S. and Japan to an almost comical sense with a lot of the people from the U.S. It is rather funny in that regard, but I think they've done a pretty decent job overall.
Well, and with this show being a general celebration of humanity, I feel like that just makes sense.
It makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Good
can all
job.
breathe. Hibito's okay. The stuff with Sharon was really fun. Sharon being a character who's been kind of the quiet hero in keeping these boys' dream alive by providing them a space by which they can. Anytime I say space, it's not a pun intentionally.
No, right, but it's
providing them a place where they can then celebrate and get excited about space.
in my mind, she is the practical reason for why this show exists.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the two brothers that want to become astronauts, that's pretty normal, right? Like, when you're young, I want to go to space. Wouldn't that be cool? And then it's the
Right.
Oh, hey, and not only are they exceptional people, absolutely, but then hey, they also had a resource in their life that helped it, build the strength to where it doesn't just fizzle or fade out. It's a fancy one day,
Right.
But they actually, learn about it and get more and more excited and all of that. Yeah.
Because there's a difference between someone saying, like, for my instance here, I wanted to get into chess when I was younger. But I didn't have the actual tools necessary other than a dad who was really good at chess. And I could play him and ask him questions and stuff, but that only went so far.
Sure.
But what he ended up doing was he gave me a really cool book of chess openings, and he gave me little challenges to learn those openings, and then he'd like give me very small little rewards for playing them properly in games against him.
Yeah.
And it was the kind of thing to where I don't think that changed my life in any dramatic way,
No.
but I still remember those chess openings to almost a slight muscle memory degree.
Yeah.
And that's really cool because there's one thing to say like, yes, go, do your dream, little one. But it's another thing to be like, here's a resource that you can pull upon independent of me.
Oh,
And basically having the observatory be kind of that instance there where
Right.
it's an open door policy. Kids, just walk in
Sharon is the
and go sit in the library and read whatever you want to read.
Right, she's the embodiment of the "it takes a village"
Yeah.
statement in for them, and so that
Absolutely.
also, yes, of course, you are going to tell her the details of what happened and everything, and you'll get a more parent-like response, from her than maybe from that you get from your actual parents.
Because she understands the scope of things.
Right.
But also all of this in the context that she had Muta end up, by his own decision, really, making a promise to her to get her that moon telescope, that lunar telescope, and specifically just to see the image of the asteroid that her late husband ended up naming after her in their 4 years of actually being married.
And to see it just a little bit bigger. And I love that
It's such a simple, sweet thing.
Oh, absolutely. I just get such a kick out of you show this cool thing that has all of this, crazy sentimental value
Yes.
and everything, you know, and like when she showed it to them, that was probably not that long after her husband passed away. Who knows? Maybe he hadn't died then.
No. We do know
But-
when it was. So it was 2 years into
2
them
years-
being married that he did it.
Right.
And it probably took some time for it to be named. But even
Yeah.
still, 2 years probably after that.
Is when he died.
Right,
so theoretically, it could have been in those 2 years between then, you know, that she showed it to them.
Right.
But if it wasn't, then it's the showing you a memento from her dead husband, and it's like, wow, it's small.
I think we can extrapolate a couple things, actually.
Okay,
because
yeah.
It was probably a decent bit after because of her age. And the point of time when she married him, she was a lot younger.
No, right. But they mentioned that it was when Muto was 13 and Hibito was 10 that he died.
No, that was when she showed them the image, specifically. That was, I believe, the point when they showed the image there. The 13 and 10, I'm pretty sure was because Oh no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. When they died of an illness.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. So then,
And
sometime.
So it could have theoretically been before he died. It could have been after. But just the idea that it's like, yes, you know, adult comes along, yeah, and you know, and of course she loves these kids to death, right? You know, but she shows them this thing that's so precious and important, and they're just like, oh, it looks kind of small.
Kind of small, yeah.
And it's just that is indeed accurate. You know,
you're right. Yep.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
like. Maybe and that's why it took so long to be discovered, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, oh man,
Yeah, it was fun.
yeah,
But okay, having now a full transition to Houston, Hibito's been given a medal and everything. We're kind of moving on from Hibito's stuff here.
Cool.
I like the clean break, and I love that it's very quickly then transitioning it into a new arc of the story.
I do too.
So, all right. Houston, here we come.
That's right.
Let's have some Texas barbecue. Like
that's right. It's been too long.
I feel like that's how
Yeehaw.
they should celebrate everybody. Like, you know, coming in there is basically they open up and they have some Texas hospitality, and it's just
before we have Hitalia levels of like archetypes of.
please
And then
do
the
not
Russians have their vodka and
do not speak the deep magic to me. Like I do not want to hear that anime is.
Canadians just pouring a bunch of maple syrup over some waffles or something.
No, they're pouring it over poutine. What are you talking about?
No,
Like-
over a hockey puck.
Oh, right.
Bathing it,
right.
christening it, you know, for luck.
Yeah, and then they slaughter a moose somewhere. It's like a ritual. Yeah, no, oh my god. But, all right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You got an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
Next time.